On the analytics page, front and center, we have the plan versus actual chart, also known as a days versus depth chart. To view this in full screen, you can click this button in the top right. Once we have this zoomed in view of the plan versus actual chart, you can see that there's two lines on here. There's a dotted line and then a solid white line. This dotted line is our projection of how long the job should take based off of our internal KPIs or KPIs set by our customers. Based off of well parameters such as kill plug depth and total depth, we can extrapolate these KPIs and give the customer a view of when we should be doing each phase of the job. The solid dotted line is days versus depth of what we're actually doing based off our operator inputting data on the HMI. You can see I also have tags selected at the bottom here. When I deselect that, you can see this chart goes blank. When we select these tags back on, you can see now we have a lot more context and colors going on this chart. The reason for this is the operator has access to the HMI up in the basket where he can select his current job functions. What this allows our end users is the ability to see what's going on from a bird's eye view and better see how the entire operation's going. When we zoom in, we can see down to the plug level of exactly when they're tagging plugs and washing down to the next plug. So for example, we can see on plug 29, they started drilling at around 10:20 a.m. and they got through this plug at 10:25 a.m. Without the tags being on here, we lose a lot of context into what's going on in the operation. And by having this, it really speeds up a user's ability to pinpoint where and what they're looking at. So I'm going to exit full screen for a moment here. If you're wondering what the color codes mean on the plan versus actual, if you come out of the full screen mode, you can see on the right, we have this pie chart that summarizes all of the hours completing each phase of the operation. So for example, tripping in is listed as pink. It's color coded the same way on this pie chart to the right. So if you need a reference for what all the colors mean, you can just view it right on this pie chart. Now, if there ever is a situation where you see we're stopped for any period of time and are wondering what's going on, instead of looking at just the tags, we have the ability to look at JDR notes as well. So one of the great things about BoreSite is that we've built it from the ground up and integrated our CRM Salesforce into BoreSite. So our ticketing software goes through Salesforce, and our supervisors on the daily are filling out their JDR notes, essentially describing what is going on for each shift. What BoreSite does is it communicates with Salesforce and pulls those notes directly into BoreSite, and we can plot them on this on the plan versus actual chart. If you ever want to see what's going on and you see we're down for a couple hours, we can click on the JDR notes, zoom into that time period, and see that in this case we're doing SIMOPS, and for 40 minutes this crew was assisting another unit on pad with rigging over. So again, this just gives more context to the end user of what's going on, and the ultimate goal, increase the user's ability to see what's going on, and also limit the amount of calls going out to the field whenever we can figure out what's going on via the software.